Evening, guys.
Good evening. Coach, we'll start out with any update on Wolford as far as that goes.
He got his movement back in his arm. He kind of went numb a little bit. He got his movement back, and he seems to be okay.
You didn't play Baker in this game, and then when Wolford got hurt, you put Trask back in the game. Have you made a decision that Baker's your starter?
No, Trask was warmer at the time, and we took out the line, and he was ready to go. And we were going to play Baker at the end of the half, but we wanted to see Kyle in the 2-minute period, so we kind of left him in, and the time kind of went down. So we wanted to play John in the second half. It wasn't fair to put Baker in there without the line he had, and Trask was already warmed up. So when John got hurt, we just put him back in to finish.
So initially Baker was going to play, and then there was a last-minute decision?
Yeah, he was up to play, and I made a decision at the last minute.
Overall, how would you assess Kyle Trask's performance, especially as the game went on?
I thought he did a great job. I thought he handled the pressure well. I thought he got the plays in on time. I thought he was poised in the pocket. Obviously, some things you'd like to have back. The communication went well on the headset. I thought he did well.
With Rakim Jarrett being the first time on an NFL field, how do you think he did recording some big-time receptions?
He made some great catches. I don't know what he's trying to do when he's trying to jump over a guy. We don't teach that, but he made some great catches. He showed he's a very good athlete. We like what we saw.
Is it fair to say that it's a different kind of playing field with this quarterback battle when one quarterback plays but the other one doesn't play at all when you're trying to come up with who's going to be the starter?
No, it's not a different kind of playing field. We monitor everything. It's not just preseason games. It's everything that goes through it. They've both been competing hard. We like what both of them do, and we'll go from there.
Well, why would you start Mayfield in the second half instead of Wolford? Why'd you go that direction?
Different offensive line. We want to see other guys. I don't want to see Baker in there in the second half with those guys. And we played Kyle with the same offensive line last week that we played Baker, so we just played John.
Do you expect for both quarterbacks to play in the third preseason game?
Probably, yeah. Everybody's going to play in the third one.
Based on the preseason opener to now, what would you say in terms of tackling and pursuit that the defense had? Do you think it improved?
It got better from last week. It still can get better. I thought Zion improved from last week, which was big for him. I think we let the quarterback out, and we didn't keep contained on him, and we missed some tackles on that run. But for the most part, it was better than last week.
What can you say about the play of D. Delaney tonight, making an interception, had another one, but it was negated because of a penalty, really closing that gap in the competition for slot corner?
He just finds the ball. D's been with us for a while. He's a heady player. He gives us flexibility because of his versatility. He plays corner, both safety spots, and nickel, and that really helps us out. And he works hard every day, and he's a heady ball player.
In that first half, you had 5 runs that went for negative yardage, and then Sean got going. What's not happening in the run game early in the last 2 weeks?
Initially, I saw some penetration up the middle early. I'll see where it was at once we watch the tape, but didn't like the penetration early.
There were less penalties in tonight's game than the previous preseason game. Were you happy with that outcome?
I'm happy that there was less, and there should even be less next week.
Trey Palmer just continues to make plays. Can you describe what you saw with his catch in the end zone, what that does for him?
I like the fact that he's a gamer. When the lights come on, he doesn't shy away. He seems to make a play all the time, and that's 2 weeks in a row now, as well as some good practices as well. So we really like what we see from that standpoint.
How do you feel the defense did tonight? A couple of turnovers, some big stops, obviously at the end as well, not allowing a lot of points on the board either.
Kept him out of the end zone. That's a big cry from 27 points last week to 6 points this week. We understand it's preseason, but I thought the younger guys got better, and they played well throughout.
Another young player, Sean Tucker, had a nice cutback run on a 4th down play. What has he done to impress so far during training camp and the preseason?
He's a good football player. We saw it early when he came into training camp once he got cleared. He's very smart. He's very tough. He can see everything, and once he's out there, he's another guy that shows up every week. So we look forward to him getting better and better.
Are there any other injuries to take note of from tonight's game? KJ Britt got hurt as well.
I know he had a hamstring. Don't know how serious. I'll find out when we go.
Another undrafted rookie kind of making a strong case is Marquise Watts, the edge rusher from Charlotte. What have you made out of his play?
again, that's a tough battle. He's very smart. He's very tough. We know he can rush the passer. He's very athletic. He can do a lot of things, and that position is going to be tough. But we really like what we see out of him.
Good.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Todd.
Coach.
Kyle Trask.